Hey Stellar fans, welcome back to Stellar Guy, where we dive into the best moments from your favorite sitcoms. Today, we're revisiting an unforgettable episode of Reba, titled Every Picture Tells a Story. This episode is filled with laughter, family drama, and some pretty surprising revelations. Buckle up, because Reba is about to show us all what it means to be strong, funny, and resilient. Let's get into it. Things get heated in the Hart household when a simple garage cleanup leads Reba to discover some painful truths about her past. Secrets come to light, emotions run high, and friendships are tested in ways you won't see coming. So grab a snack and stick around to see how Reba navigates this roller coaster of emotions with humor and strength. The episode opens with Reba in her kitchen, getting ready to serve up a homemade breakfast. She's been squeezing fresh orange juice and jokes about the effort it took, comparing it to how her own mother used to make it. This lighthearted moment shows Reba's dedication to her family, but also her willingness to laugh at herself, something we see throughout the series. Cheyenne, now visibly pregnant, enters, immediately voicing her frustrations about maternity shopping. She's embarrassed by the judgmental looks she gets from other women, and explains that she wants clothes that make her look pregnant, rather than just fat. Reba offers her old maternity clothes, which she wore when she was pregnant with Jake, but Cheyenne, in her young, candid style, points out that Reba was much older when she wore them, brushing off her mom's offer. Suddenly, Cheyenne gasps as she feels a strange flutter in her stomach. At first, she thinks it's a bug crawling on her, but Reba quickly realizes it's the baby kicking for the first time. The joy and surprise light up Cheyenne's face as she realizes this is her first real connection to the baby she's carrying. She calls Van over to feel the movement, but he's hesitant, clearly a bit overwhelmed by the reality of fatherhood. But when he finally places his hand on Cheyenne's belly and feels the kick, he's overcome with pride. He marvels at the life they created, and we see a beautiful moment of family bonding, with Reba proudly watching them both. Reba's old friend Lori Ann soon arrives, adding a dash of sass and humor. Lori Ann has been living in another city, but she reveals that her company might be relocating her back to Houston. She jokes with Reba about being hot divorcees on the town, making plans for the two of them to embrace single life and have some fun. Lori Ann's feisty personality and bold outlook contrast with Reba's more reserved, practical approach, which gives us plenty of laughs as they reminisce. Things take an awkward turn when Brock arrives with Barbra Jean. Lori Ann can't resist throwing some not-so-subtle jabs at Barbra Jean, especially when Barbra Jean awkwardly introduces herself as BJ. Lori Ann's quick-witted response makes it clear that she doesn't respect Barbra Jean's relationship with Brock, and she's fully on Reba's side. As Brock and Reba begin the tedious task of dividing their belongings, memories from their past flood back. Reba finds Brock's old golf clubs, recalling how she scrimped and saved to buy them as an anniversary gift when he was in dental school. She remembers the look on his face when he saw them, a moment of love and sacrifice from a time when their marriage was thriving. But the reality of their divorce looms, and Lori Ann reminds Reba that holding on to these memories won't do her any favors. Lori Ann, ever the pragmatist, encourages Reba to focus on her future and not let Brock's mistakes keep her anchored in the past. Then comes a shocking twist. Lori Ann finds an old photograph of Brock at a dental convention in Hawaii, taken years ago. But what catches Reba's eye is a familiar face in the picture, Barbra Jean, smiling and standing right beside him. The photograph dates back to when Brock and Reba were still married, leading her to question everything. Had Brock been seeing Barbra Jean even before they separated? The betrayal hits Reba hard, and she's seething with anger, convinced that Brock has lied to her all along. Fueled by this revelation, Reba impulsively starts a garage sale, selling off Brock's belongings at rock-bottom prices. His cherished Nolan Ryan rookie card goes for $1. His favorite fishing pole is practically given away, and even his treasured golf clubs are sold to an old friend for a mere $5. With each item she sells, Reba feels a mixture of liberation and vindication, determined to rid her life of Brock's lingering presence. Just as the garage sale is in full swing, Brock returns, horrified to see his prized possessions being sold off to the neighbors. He protests, But Reba confronts him with the photograph, demanding to know the truth about his relationship with Barbra Jean. She accuses him of cheating while they were still living together. Brock tries to defend himself, insisting he didn't even know Barbra Jean back then, but Reba isn't convinced. She cuts him off, ordering him to leave before he can explain further. Meanwhile, Cheyenne and Van are experiencing their own version of new parent anxiety. Van, realizing the gravity of becoming a father, becomes overprotective to the point of hilarity. He bans Cheyenne from chocolate, coffee, and even cartoons, convinced they'll have a negative effect on the baby. Cheyenne's patience wears thin as she tries to assert herself, but Van's concern, although over the top, is endearing. His antics highlight the contrast between his goofy, naive side and his deep love for his unborn child. Later, Reba and Lori Ann hit the town for a girls' night out. Lori Ann tries to help Reba let loose and move on from her anger, reminding her that life as a single woman is just beginning and she has a lot to look forward to. But their evening takes an unexpected turn when Barbra Jean walks in. She approaches Reba, nervously trying to explain the photograph. She insists she wasn't romantically involved with Brock back then, but was actually with another dentist in the picture, a married man, Dr. Schneider. The revelation stuns Reba, but she realizes Barbra Jean might be telling the truth. The bizarre confession softens Reba's anger slightly, and though she's still wary, she's ready to let go of the resentment. Back at home, Reba finds Cheyenne dozing on the couch, exhausted from dealing with Van's constant hovering. Reba sits beside her and shares a touching story about her early days with Brock, back when he used to carry her around so she wouldn't get tired during her pregnancy. Cheyenne smiles, realizing her parents had some beautiful moments despite everything that happened later. It's a bittersweet reminder for Reba of the love she once had and the life she's moving away from. Finally, Reba decides to make peace and visits Brock at his condo. She hands him the few remaining items from the garage sale, acknowledging the years they spent together without needing to rehash the pain. Brock expresses his gratitude and even tells her that, despite their differences, he still cares about her. They share a moment of mutual respect, both understanding that their relationship has come to an end, but that doesn't erase the history they built together. Reba walks away from the condo, feeling a sense of closure and ready to embrace the future. It's a powerful scene, showcasing her strength and resilience as she learns to let go without losing the love she still holds for her family. And that wraps up this emotional roller coaster of an episode. We got to see Reba handle betrayal, forgiveness, and the power of moving on with her signature humor and grace. It's not easy to start over, but Reba shows us that with the support of friends and family, anything is possible. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to Stellar Guy for more in-depth looks at your favorite TV moments. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay stellar.